You know the exact type of person I'm talking about. The ones treating their gym routines like a miserable second job, posting nonstop about the daily grind until their kidneys are basically made of paper. Just why? Meanwhile, there's that smart minimalist over there doing simple bodyweight training, resting half the time, and somehow building an absolutely killer athletic physique month after month. The difference? Well, they know exactly what to ignore. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that mainstream fitness noise and lay out the blunt truth for you.
We're looking at a classic showdown here. On one side, you've got raw, primal calisthenics. Literally just you duking it out with gravity, like a human machine. On the other side, the highly engineered iron of the gym world, which, let's be real, often just means waiting 20 minutes for a bench while some clueless grinder scrolls TikTok between sets. Now, both of these methods can absolutely get you results, but exposing the truth about how they actually work, that is going to save you years of wasted effort.
Section 1. The Wallet Reality Check. Checked on bet.
Okay, let's dive right into this and start with the most obvious barrier of all, finances. Because listen, before we even talk about building muscle, we really need to talk about burning cash. Let's systematically destroy the financial argument right out of the gate. Calisthenics completely wipes the floor with the gym here. It is 100% free. Zero memberships, zero hidden fees, zero excuses. On the flip side of the gym, you can easily drop $40 to $100 a month just for the privilege of watching other people ego lift in the mirror. Oh, and if you think building a home gym is the clever workaround, yeah, think again. You're easily $1,000 in the hole before you've even curled a single dumbbell. Say goodbye to your savings account.
The undeniable reality is beautifully simple. You can train in your bedroom, out of the local park, or literally hanging from a doorframe. Gravity doesn't charge rent. It is the ultimate smart, lazy approach to keeping your finances intact.
Section 2. The Brutal Beginner Trap. Jebakan Pemula.
Okay, so let's look at how this builds into the reality of actually starting out. Because on paper, calisthenics looks ridiculously simple, right? Just do some push-ups and pull-ups. Easy. Well, actually, no. Here is the harsh, brutal trap for beginners. There is no lightweight mode in calisthenics. Most beginners can't even knock out a single clean pull-up. And why is that? Because you're forced to lift literally 100% of your body weight from day one. It's exactly like jumping straight into a video game's final boss fight without ever playing the tutorial. Progress isn't just slow, it's agonizingly frustrating.
Now contrast that miserable struggle with the gym. The gym is basically beginner heaven. You've got those cute little 2-kilogram dumbbells, you've got cable machines where you can pick the absolute tiniest weight plate and feel like a total champion. You even have machines that literally guide you through the motion so you couldn't mess it up if you tried. You walk in, pick a totally doable weight, and instantly stack an easy win. For a total beginner, the gym is just the faster, significantly easier way to get your foot in the door.
Section 3. Aesthetics versus functional power. Estética versus tenaga.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how we break down the actual physical results you get from sweating it out in either environment. Spoiler alert, they do not build the same kind of strength. Calisthenics builds raw functional power. It trains your entire body to move as one locked-in unit, giving you that true explosive athlete feel. But the gym? The gym is the undisputed king of muscle size. Machines and barbells let you push way beyond what body weight alone can ever do. Like, sure, a bodyweight pistol squat looks really cool, but it is never going to replace stacking plates and squatting double your body weight. If you rely solely on body weight for your legs, you seriously risk walking around with legs like 2 chopsticks forced to support a massive ego. If you want maximum size, symmetry, and a physique carved out of solid stone, the gym is your only logical path.
And let's talk about how you actually level up in these two worlds. The gym? It's pure, simple math. You lift 10 kilos today, you add a kilo next week. Boom, fast lane. It's so incredibly easy to track. Calisthenics, though, is a completely different, highly frustrating grind. You can't just slap another plate on the bar. You actually have to learn entirely new, awkwardly difficult variations. You're going from regular push-ups to archer push-ups all the way to one-arm push-ups. Building that kind of neurological skill can take months. So if you want clear, measurable progress, the gym is math. Calisthenics, that's a long-term patience test.
Section 4. The Fat Loss Math. Matematika Lamak.
Real quick, before we talk about getting skinny, let's completely de-escalate the emotion here and look at the cold, hard math of fat loss. Because honestly, a lot of people out there don't care about mastering a complex gymnast move or squatting 3 plates. They really just want to know the answer to one desperate question. Will doing this instantly make me lose weight?
No, absolutely not. Let's shut that myth down right now. If you think doing a few push-ups in the park or lifting heavy under a barbell gives you a free pass to just eat garbage, you are dead wrong. If you ignore your diet, you are going to end up looking like someone who just lost 3 Mobile Legends ranked matches in a row, exhausted, highly stressed out, and with 0 results to show for it. It is not magic, folks, it's calorie math.
But let's look at the reality if you're currently overweight and just starting your fitness journey. Calisthenics is a straight-up nightmare in this scenario. Trying to push your entire body weight when you're carrying extra pounds, it is a genuinely miserable experience. The gym, however, provides a highly scalable, actually humane on-ramp. You start light, you build strength safely without feeling like you're going to pass out on repetition number 1. Plus, you've got treadmills and bikes right there to support the calorie burn. It is just a far superior strategy for weight loss beginners. Section 5. Environment and Vibe. Lingkungan dan consistency. Here's a crucial point that a lot of those hustle culture guys completely miss. Where you train can literally make or break your consistency. You can have the best workout plan in the universe, but if the vibe is off, you're gonna quit. Calisthenics gives you pure freedom, sure, but it can be incredibly lonely. If you train outside, your only workout partners might be the blazing heat, a random rainstorm, or the freezing snow. Your motivation can evaporate faster than a scoop of cheap pre-workout dumped in water. But the gym? That environment practically forces you to put the work in. You've got blasting music, the sound of slamming weights, and built-in accountability. You see someone hit a personal record right next to you, your ego flares up a bit, and suddenly you're pushing harder too. You show up and you train. Simple as that.
Section 6. Myth-busting. Beresin mitos.
All right, before we wrap this explainer up, we really need to clear out some of these ancient primal myths once and for all so you can permanently stop making excuses. I know for a fact you've heard this one from a misinformed parent or some random internet forum. Doesn't weightlifting stunt your growth if you start young?
No, absolute garbage. We are aggressively rejecting this outdated Puritan myth right here, right now. Lifting, when it's done correctly, actually boosts your bone density and fully supports healthy physical development. Both calisthenics and gym training are incredibly safe, provided you aren't being completely sloppy about your form.
And this really brings us to a brilliant core truth. Bad form, garbage programming, and lifting entirely to impress strangers, that is what causes injuries, not the training method itself. The only thing that will actually break your body is your own massive ego.
Section 7. Drop the ego.
Kesenpulan. So, we've laid out the entire map for you. We've exposed the clueless grinder mindset, we've broken down the actual math, and we've completely destroyed the myths. So what does this actually mean for you? Well, first off, don't be a clueless grinder forcing yourself into just one extreme camp because of some weird internet tribalism. The absolute most logical, efficient path here is the hybrid solution. Use the gym to rapidly build size, isolate your weak points, and scale up your leg strength. And use calisthenics to build elite core control, functional mobility, and absolute mastery over your own body weight. If you combine them, you become a smart, lazy athlete who gets the absolute best of both worlds without any of the unnecessary suffering.
All right, you now possess the facts. You understand the brutal reality of the gym versus calisthenics. So the real question I have for you is this. Are you going to keep overanalyzing this to death and making endless excuses? Or are you going to kill the inefficient hustle, drop the ego, and actually start stacking wins today? The choice is entirely yours. Get to work.